Hi everyone, welcome back from consolidation week. I just looked at the DB. I can see I've got a bit of work ahead of me, but that's good. I'm happy to go through and do that. Um, what I've noticed on there is that first of all, I looked in the assignment 2 thread because I figured there'd be quite a bit of action happening there, and I was right. Just with that, with assignment 2, make sure you write it in third person. Keep the CDs to 1 or 2, or else you're going to find that it gets way too overwhelming and very confusing. So try to keep the CDs down minimal. 1 or 2 is absolutely perfect. The risk assessment section is its own section. This week in our DB, we're doing risk assessment and looking at risk. So it would be a really good idea to do this activity and start looking at everybody else's answers if we get enough up there, so that you are a bit more au fait with risk assessment, because that's going to be an important part of the assessment when I'm marking it. And it needs to be its own separate spot, and it should be titled. So it should, when you're doing these lessons, it's just like when you're doing any sort of unit planning or assessment, it's important to title the separate sections of it so it's very clear to me, and if there was somebody else taking this unit, exactly what you are meaning by each part and that all parts are covered. Okay, I hope that makes sense. The If you're referencing and you've found things on the internet that you want to use in lessons, it's a good idea to have the link there. One, because then I can follow the link and see what it is and see if you've copied the whole lesson or if you've actually gone through and reworded it and put it into your own writing. Also, because if a relief teacher was coming in and taking these lessons, it's so much easier if you've got the links to go to for the relief teacher to go and print everything off. It just makes it much easier. And then you still need to, because it is a uni assignment, you do need to reference these in the end, because this is where you've got your information from. Okay. Um, Now, lesson plans and unit plans. The Swinburne lesson, the sole lesson plan that you find in the student portal is perfect. That's all you need. However, I know we've got a lot of people out on placement at the moment, and they would have found some brilliant lesson plans that the different schools are using. You are welcome to use those lesson plans as well. The sole lesson plan is fine, but if you've got a better lesson plan sheet or template, or one that you're used to working with because that's what you've been working with in the schools you're on placement with, that is absolutely fine. Now, we don't have a Swinburne Online unit planner. So what you could do is you can search online. The Australian ACARA site has actually got some, but there are also some really good ones in the other state department, education department sites. But also a lot of schools have designed their own unit planner to keep uniformity across schools. So what you might want to do is use that unit planner, especially if you are out on placement. Just grab whatever they're using, or else you can design your own. It's up to you. I think that is about it for that. Assignment 2, yep. I have had a look in there, and I think Carolyn may have set the Padlet to private instead of public, and I can't get hold of her. So I've remade the Module 7 Padlet, and now everybody can get in and post to it because it's nice and public, and I've made it so everyone can add. So jump in now. I know Jen and Lizzie, you were both in there and couldn't get in. Lizzie, it's not your fault. Gmail or any sort of mail to register for it is absolutely fine. It was just that it didn't have the little plus sign in the corner, as Jen noticed. So if you click on that, you'll be able to add your stuff in there, and I'll be looking forward to seeing it. I'll be in there quite a bit this week, just catching up on both this unit and the placement unit, making sure that everything is back up to date because there's been a lot of action during consolidation week. Okay, I think that's about it. For those of you on placement, good luck. If you've had some brilliant PE or health lessons that you would love to share with us, go ahead and share them. We would all love to see what you've been up to and what worked and what didn't work. And if you've got any exciting stories that you can share with us, pop them in this week's thread, because I can't add any threads because it's a unit with lots of tutors. So if you go through, you can add just put it in this week if you've got some great reflections and stories of things that have been going on your placement, and particularly if you've got health and PE lesson stories. I know I once had this multi-age grouping class. It was when I was first started teaching, and it was a pre-primary year 1, year 2, and that's when in Western Australia the children were still starting pre-primary at the beginning of the year, so some of them were 4. I decided to take them. I'd always had older classes. I decided to take them for a run around the oval, and I lost all my pre-primaries. They all just sort of ran away. And then I had to spend my EA out to hunt for them all. It was a really big oval because it's out at Bullsbrook, and if you know Western Australia at all, Bullsbrook is out near the hills, and it's very open, and there's bush all on there. And all the children just ran away. We spent pretty much to recess trying to hunt them after their morning run. Anyway, I know lots of things that you don't expect to happen do happen when you're on placement, particularly with PE and health lessons. So feel free to share any interesting stories in this week's thread. I'll be looking for them if you want to put some up there. Anyway, have a great week, and I will see you very soon. And I'll be in the chat all this week, so just pop in, and hopefully I'll get on there at the same time as you. Okay, have a great week, and I'll speak soon. Bye.